Yo, 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 yo. Hey guys, welcome back to another awesome edition of the Best Practices Show podcast. I don't know why I feel like I have to shout, but it's Monday, and I hope you're having a great beginning to your week. And every Monday we do something called Metric Mondays, a little bite-sized piece of information, short podcast around some metrics to help you move the needle in your practice and create a better practice and a better life. And here's my question. Do you feel busy, but you look at the production and it's not great? Well, that's a terrible place to be, and we're going to show you how to change that. I have an amazing coach on today. Her name is Robyn Theisen, and we're going to be talking about why a busy day every day isn't always a productive day, and busy is a terrible thing to shoot for. It's actually a false proxy. So here it is. Please listen up. Hope you guys enjoy this, and we'll see you soon. Hey guys, welcome back to the Best Practices Show podcast, and it is the beginning of a week. It's Monday, Monday, and every Monday we do something called Metric Monday. Just a little bite-sized piece of information, something to get you thinking about your practice around metrics or production and help you improve your practice and create a better practice and better life. And I have my amazing co-host today. Her name is Robyn Theisen. What you're going to see, she's an amazing coach, and she's the brains behind a lot of the transformations that we make around here. And if you don't know already, we're practice coaches. We coach practices all over the country that aren't necessarily broken. They're just looking to break through. So welcome back. Happy Monday, Robyn.
Happy Monday. What a great way to kick off the week.
I agree. And so one of the phenomenons that we see in coaching is people are busy every day. I'm so busy. But it doesn't feel productive. So let's unravel that. What does that even mean, Robyn?
Well, I would say that busyness and productivity are not the same thing, right? So you can feel busy and not be productive, or you could be productive and not have to feel super busy. It's about being intentional about it. And so they're not the same thing.
Totally agree. And so when it comes to that, I mean, I get it. People feel overwhelmed. They feel like there's a lot of activity. So how do we separate those two? Because I'll throw this in there. Busy is a false proxy. People go, I'm busy. I'm like, that sounds terrible when you're busy. But when you're productive, that sounds exciting, right?
Absolutely. And that's where the metrics of the production per day and production per visit can really signal to us, or, is your schedule intentionally designed for value, or is it simply there? Is it filled with just things to make you busy? And so if it's not built with intention, it is going to be hard to be consistent and have healthy production. You'll feel just busy. Yeah,
absolutely. So the two metrics we're going to be talking about today are PPD and PPV for the most part. So
Correct.
Production per day and production per visit. Now, they're both very important because they give us some context in what's happening. But let's go here first. I always love to go to the wrong side. So what does it look like when a practice gets it wrong, Robyn?
Right. So with production per day, if it's wrong, or what does it signal is that the productivity is going to fluctuate significantly from day to day. So you're going to have a great production one day and not a great production the next day. So there's going to be big swings in productivity if you're getting it wrong. You're hoping for the big cases, right? You're hoping for some productivity in your schedule rather than being intentionally planning for them. And then the other thing is that one cancellation of a day can totally bomb the performance and the production for the day. So those would be some signals if your production per day is wrong and we're being busy, not scheduling for production.
Yeah. And then what about production per visit signals?
Right. So that is signaling that your schedule is most likely packed with small little appointments throughout the day. So there isn't that big chunk of production or that anchor production pieces of your day. you're most likely counting on same day treatment or emergency type care rather than really planning for it. And, the productivity piece, like there are appointments, probably there's a lot of wasted time in your schedule because it's not an efficient way to schedule your day.
Yeah, absolutely. These are the outputs. So what's really fun about our job is none of this is like anecdotal and we're just making stuff up. So if you've been listening to any of the previous podcasts, especially the one that Robyn and I did last time about the scheduling, and then we've done several on high volume, low value versus low volume, high value. This PPV is a clear, like super clear metric to show you if you're moving in the right direction. We've talked about APV, to annual patient value. So all of these things, what's really cool is that if you just pay attention to a few metrics every quarter, and I'll just share what we do. I mean, our job as coaches is we get you organized around what you want and then do a few things every quarter. And one of them is designing priorities. And the second piece of it is picking a few KPIs like these two and moving the needle. And you're going to see it has an exponential impact on the progress towards your vision. So, it's just one of those things. So I would say this, we're going to go to what feels right. But really at the end of the day, if your team is exhausted and you feel drained, the numbers should show that. Do you know what I mean? Like the numbers should show.
Yeah, the stress and chaos of those two metrics really plays out in the team and the doctors.
Oh, totally. So let's go to the other side of it. What does it look like when you get it right?
Yeah, so when you're intentional with your production per day, every day is going to have a clear production target, right? So you're working backwards. We talked in the scheduling the last time about working backwards with your annual goal, how many days you're going to work, which is going to tell us really what our production goal is for the day. So when it's intentional, we know what that target is. You're also planning your day to hit that. So those larger cases are intentionally placed to be able to stabilize the goal or to be able to reach that goal every day. So it's not about reacting, it's about being proactive and really planning for the day. And then the day is built with a balance of the high value productions and then some of the other necessary pieces that are going to make up your day, where, some medium production, some lower production, you're going to have some no production with seats and inserts. So it's about making sure that you have that you've been intentional about the day to get you to where you need to be able to get all, fit all of those in and have it feel like a better day.
Yeah, absolutely. And then what about PPV when it's built strategically? What does that look like?
Yeah, then what that is really telling you is that you have a comprehensive diagnosis that it's driving those appointments that are intentional, right? So your production per visit is not about having all of these little things. It's evened out because there are there are varying levels of production in those blocks throughout the day. There's less visits, but each of them will be at a higher value, right? So it's about seeing less people doing more on less people and being intentional about it. And the appointments are going to the appointment lengths match what the procedure value is and complexity. So you're allowing for those times rather than cramming things in and being able to be intentional about what those visits look like, it driving up that PPV and eventually the APV, right? The annual patient value piece of it as well.
Yeah. It's so fun. I think you could agree as like when you watch somebody move the needle on a practice for coaching and practice just feels more productive. They often feel less busy. It's kind of a weird thing. It's like, oh my gosh, I'm not running from op to op. What is wrong? And it's not frantic, and I share this story all the time, but it's one of my favorite phenomenons is watching a very, built for speed dentist not be running, and they're kind of panicking. They're like, well, I have some open time, but my collections keep going up. I'm like, well, now you can go into hygiene. Now you can work up some cases. Now you can call your specialist. Now you can slow down. And they're like, I'm not built to go slow, so.
Yeah. And I mean, it is like that mental shift of it. And I would say it's one of the things that teams like the most when we implement this into a practice is that slowdown or that being intentional about it is so welcomed from people. And the feeling is you have to be going fast in order to be productive. And I would say just the opposite. Like it's, you can slow down and be more productive than you currently are by just being busy.
I 100% agree. So if you're listening to the podcast and you're like, okay, listen, it's kind of frantic. Like every metric Monday, we're just not going to leave you there. We're going to give you something to do today. So, Robyn, what could What could be something they could do today to improve the practice?
Yeah, I would think about the last month. Print 3 to 4 days of schedule. Some that worked really well, a couple that were crazy or frantic or felt busy. Review them. Did you hit your daily production goals on all of them? For the ones that you did, what worked well? For the ones that you didn't, what didn't? And then be able to really understand what felt good about that day. Where were the bottlenecks? What were the limitations that we had? I think another thing is getting your team to start rating the days on a scale of 1 to 10. What the busyness look like, and be able to bring in that production piece to start to understand what that could look like for the team and what works well and what feels good.
Yeah, you shared that in the last podcast, and I love that. I'm a big fan of the rating system, but I guess creating a system in which you could rate the days, because it clarifies what was well, what didn't go well, and also clarifies the opportunity. You could ask the question, what would make this a 10? On both sides of it, not only for your team, but also for the dentist. So it's so good. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Any last thoughts before we say goodbye?
Well, it's just such an important system, really important to pay attention to. And you don't have to be busy. You don't have to just feel busy to be productive, right? There are ways to be able to be intentional about it and make it even more productive than you dream it can be at this point.
Yeah, 100%. So if you're listening, here's the message. PPD and PPV are super important. Those are two important metrics you can look at weekly, and they also tell a story. So if you don't know the story, get a coach. A coach will tell you the story behind those two numbers and the relationship between them. And then when you know the story and you start to change it, here's what's cool about stories. You can change stories. Right. Stories aren't pre-written for you. You can change the story and make it better for you. So I'm here to say this, busy is terrible. Don't subscribe to busy. Subscribe to productive by using these two metrics. Robyn, that was awesome. Thank you so much.
Happy to be here.
Yeah. So stick around while we say goodbye to everybody else. But thank you guys for showing up to the Best Practices Show podcast on a Monday. I hope you found that helpful or valuable. If you did, do us a favor, hit the share button. Keep sharing it with your friends. I don't know how this is working, but we're super grateful. We're going to keep bringing it. Join us back in the Best Practices Association. We have tons of resources. We're geeks about this stuff. So if you go back there, you're going to see there's tons of resources to help you improve both of these metrics. And we also have an amazing community now merged with the Smile Source community, creating one great community to help preserve independent private practice. You're going to see there's a whole bunch of people back there that are fighting for the same thing that you're fighting for. So don't do this on your own. We're here to help. So check it out. So until we see you guys next time or hear from us next time, keep watching or keep listening to the Best Practices Show. You guys enjoy your Monday.